in, anyone's on? And we're gonna go back to regular agenda item number 4 when we get back on. Hello, Sam.
Hello, Commissioner.
Hey, Sam.
Commissioners.
Okay. How's it look, Bill? You got everyone back on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're back in regular session on our Wednesday, November 23rd meeting of the Norfolk County Commissioners. We're at item number 4, which is minutes of the open session meeting of November 9, 2022 for approval.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
just, I caught one slight omission on the very last page. If you look at the third sentence above where it says voted, it just says there's a meeting of the Massachusetts Association of County Commissioners meeting next blank. It probably should be next week. So insert the word week. Otherwise, they look fine to me. I'd say I'd move adoption of the meeting minutes with the amended insertion of the word week.
Okay.
See that,
Motion
Billy?
made and seconded to approve the corrected version. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Number 5, appointments.
None.
I have no other appointments. As I say, we do have a healthy agenda here. Number 6, public comment. Each meeting we allow for any public comment. Director Cronin, have you been notified by anyone who
No, sir.
wishes to address us today?
No, sir.
Last call for public comment out there in Zoom land. Is anyone interested?
Cracks me up
Okay.
every time.
Sounds so great.
Number 7, old business. Director,
No old business, Mr.
no
Commissioner.
old business. Number 8, personnel matters for consideration. We have 2 today.
I can move those if you want. Mr. Chairman, I'll move it to Norfolk County Agricultural High School notice address change for Christopher Gill of Norton, Mass. To North Attleboro, Mass. As custodian effective 10/25/22. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a
Aye.
vote. Next.
Second one, Mr. Chairman, Norfolk County Administration, notice of title change for Dan Caparata of Norwood, Mass. As interim chief information officer to IT technical support at the rate stated, effective 11/21/22. So moved.
I hear the motion, and I want to add something to that, if
I
that's
do
all right.
too, But I think,
I think it's appropriate for Mr. Caparata to be highly commended for having stepped in as he did. And he should know that we really appreciate his hard work.
Absolutely.
yeah, I feel the
absolutely.
same way. All right, notice in the change of title for Dan Caparata. Effective 11/21/2022. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
It is a vote. Thank you. Payroll and expense warrants.
Dick, I have
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Want me to read them?
Yeah, please, go ahead. I don't have them. Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Right.
warrant list for 11/23/22. The first one is item 23-21 payroll county in the amount of $137,632.18. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote. Next,
The second item is 11/04/23 expense county in the amount of $618,287.81. So moved.
Second.
motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
Okay, the third item is 23-20 payroll county in the amount of $140,292.73. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
The next item is 23-20 subsection 10 payroll school in the amount of $337,425.43. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
The next item is 23-20 subsection 10.1 payroll school in the amount of $50,525.21. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It is a vote.
The next item is 23-05A expense of the school in the amount of $163,835.84. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
The next item is 23-19 ARPA Norwood in the amount of $325,000. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded on the opera award to the town of Norwood. All in favor?
Aye.
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 It is a vote.
The next item is also with Norwood. It's 23-19 ARPA Norwood in the amount of $1.8 million. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the last one is item 23-19 ARPA Walpole in the amount of $131,000. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That concludes payroll expense warrants. Number 10 dovetails right into this report on American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. Director Cronin.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. Very briefly, with the awards today, Norfolk County has now gone over the $40 million mark. We have now awarded $40,125,270 out of the $137 million award given to the county a year ago. This includes 71 awards to date to 17 communities. So we continue to exceed in terms of productivity and disbursement of funds any other county in Massachusetts. I also want to let the commissioners know, as a result of last week's multi-county commissioners meeting in Plymouth, I had a follow-up call with Treasurer O'Brien today regarding several housekeeping matters that we did discuss. He did tell me he was on Norfolk County's website today, and he is going to copy the revenue loss distribution model that you've put in place for Plymouth County. As you may know, up till now, Plymouth County has not offered revenue loss options to recipients in the good county of Plymouth. That will change, and he had some questions about our methodology and approach, and he complimented us on the presentation of our awards online. So just something to share with you from our friend down in Plymouth County. But overall, things are trending quite well. I don't see any awards right now that are close for your approval next week, but anything can change. I've had multiple conversations with Clifton Larson this week about a number of different grants. Something will come up under my director's report in a minute relative to Canton, but I did want to let Commissioner Stady know that this week, a lot of the conversations with Clifton Larson have included the Canton applications. They're getting a lot of attention and guidance. So we continue to move along. I just want to give you a brief update from the macro perspective on how things are progressing. I'm very happy with how things are going. Thank you.
Okay, any commissioner, got any other questions of John relative to opera? Okay, good job. Payroll expense, we did. Report on
12.
12. We have no bid openings today, number 12. Number 13, we have no contract awards today.
Commissioner, point of order. If you would like me to go through the ARPA warrants for approval, I was going to mention what each ARPA grant was for.
Oh,
that
all right.
I apologize.
I'm sorry.
I jumped you. I jumped.
Go back,
Right,
go back
right
to,
on.
without
Sorry.
objection, go back to number 11. Further explanation of the 3 opera awards we had today.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Director Cronin.
Yep, as the commissioner's just awarded 3 new ARPA awards, 1 to Walpole and 2 to Norwood. The first to Norwood is $325,000 under the infrastructure water sewer application type. This proposal will replace 732 feet of 24-inch drain with 36-inch drain in order to alleviate flooding of Dean Street and nearby properties in Norwood. Flooding in the road closures is disruptive to both the immediate area and surrounding properties. The town of Norwood Engineering will be providing the design, permitting, inspection of this project, which is included in the $325,000 award. The second award to Norwood, was also under the infrastructure/water sewer category. This is to design and reconstruct the Meadowbrook Channel from the head wall at Sunnyside Road to 6th Street in Norwood, where it connects to the channel already improved during an Army Corps of Engineers project. The recent 2022 Meadowbrook drainage study determined that this 1,000-foot stretch of road must be cleared of debris in the channel width, reconstructed to a uniform width to prevent damming of water flows coming from the upstream closed drainage systems. As previously mentioned, the town of Norwood's engineering department will assist in the project in-house management services to supplement the consultant's efforts. That is a $1.8 million award. And then finally, Walpole, which is a frequent flyer in our program, very active. Today, you approved a $131,000 water infrastructure grant. This was for the design associated with the replacement of a stone storm water culvert that conveys water under Washington Street at the School Meadow Brook Crossing. The culvert was identified by a consultant as one of several requiring attention, and given its location in a heavily traveled thoroughfare that impacts public safety and general public, this particular improvement will have a tremendous benefit to the surrounding area. $131,000. Those are the latest approvals by the commissioners. Thank you, Commissioner Shea.
Thank you. Any questions about the three awards today?
Great. Good job.
Now, I'll direct your attention to item number 14. I'm going to call on Director Cronin. This is a discussion relative to the national opiate settlements that we've been participating in. Director Cronin.
Thank you, Commissioner. As the commissioners may know, the Commonwealth, through the State Attorney General, Maura Healey's office, settled with many other states, a national opioid settlement that benefits communities across the state. Earlier this year, I believe it was August, the commissioners received the first payment associated with this particular settlement, and you awarded it to the town of Randolph.
Right.
This particular grant totals $16,461.89. It has been received by the Norfolk County Treasurer's Office. It now is on the commissioners to determine a disposition of these funds pursuant to the opioid settlement terms. In conversations with Jillian Frenier from the Attorney General's office, she made me aware that the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office has a very active program relative to opioid abuse. They have a specific program coordinator on staff that works with Norfolk County communities and program needs to deal with this public health emergency. Spoke with Commissioner Shea earlier this week, who I believe you spoke with.
I spoke with the district attorney
And
as an opener, and of course, he'd be happy to discuss it with us. So it's got to be, that's why I had to put on the agenda. But
so with the commissioner, before you today is, first of all, the announcement, we've received the money, but also a request from me to get your approval to proceed with collaborating on potential distribution methods and to programs or communities for the $16,462. We believe that using the DA's office is a efficient manner, and it would likely reach programs in need as defined by the DA's office. So I'll seek your consensus and direction on this matter. Thank you.
okay, I'm going to open this for discussion again. I was talking to the district attorney on another unrelated item. And then I mentioned it. I was aware of his task force in its dealings, and he went into quite an explanation, which I'd be happy to supply the other commissioners with. I think maybe we could invite him here. And my quick first thought was, rather than picking and choosing each time we get money, we should, try filtering it through a system that's already up and running and has representatives in every community in the county. And he has a full-time director, and they've been doing a lot of good work. I'm familiar with some of the people that have been appointed in the various towns. I know Quincy has a full-time person, Laura Martin. She's an attorney and former DA, as a matter of fact, who handles it for the city of Quincy. But there are people like Laura throughout the county. And I'd like to put the DA and his person on one of the future agendas and have them explain it. And then take a look and see what we can do. Do we know if we're going to get more money, or are we at the mercy of?
At this time, it does not appear as though we have any future disbursements coming, but I'm not familiar with the full brunt of the settlement terms, so it could
Okay.
change.
All
But
right.
at this time, it appears to be the end.
I mean,
There were two tranches. We already received the first. This is the second.
Weymouth used it, Randolph used it to buy Narcan kits. It was a small amount, but the chief was at our meeting, and any money is helpful. And he put it towards Narcan kits, which are expensive. And, that was our first bite, but not knowing what's going to happen in the future, I thought we should talk to the DA about it, where he already has his committee set up.
So you'd
But I
like,
made no promises.
would you like me to schedule the DA and or the program coordinator to come in and discuss ways that they may recommend the distribution of these monies, if you would like to give it to them for that reason?
I think it's a good idea, but I'll ask my fellow commissioners, because you know the DA will come and his person.
So here's a question, if I could, Mr. Chairman, and I think that's a great idea, what you said. I support that fully. Is there, this particular ward, where is it going to go exactly again, John? Where, this second tranche, where's it going?
So I guess that's the question before us, Commissioner. It resides in the
Okay.
treasury right now. And instead of trying to determine the best fit for a portion of the grant or all of the grant going to one or more communities,
Right,
like you did back in August, we're considering possibly sending the money to the district attorney's office and
okay,
having them administer the distribution under the terms of an existing program that they have on behalf of Norfolk County.
okay. Okay. That's, okay, that's fine. The other way to do it would be to let the towns know we have it and see if they're interested, because as Chairman Shea said, some of the towns have full-time people that are working very hard, and I'm sure they'd be interested in that money. But then again, you know, who decides who gets the money, you know, depending on what town, and so on. So, yeah, that makes
I mean,
sense.
I will schedule the DA and anyone he wants to bring to.
Done.
Yeah.
To have him explain it. And again, I didn't make any promises. However,
Yeah.
he, like he always does, he's fully prepared to talk. I mean, you know, he's right off the top of his head. And he didn't know I was going to mention it to him, and he,
You're going to
Gave
invite
me
him, or
quite
you
a
want me to
list.
invite him?
I'm going to ask you to do it.
You got it. Done.
I'm sure he'll be here.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll carry our national opioid settlement at a future meeting, hopefully next week, but if not, the week after. Number 15, September trial balances. In your packet is the September trial balances. How do they look, Director Cronin?
They look fine. I did do a brief analysis to look at the deeds excise to see if there's any tendency or trend that we need to be mindful of. I did notice it does appear to be flattening a tad, but it is still very early after only a couple of months of deeds excise. It is an item we will spend more attention on in the coming months. Other than that, I know Joe Diori is on the line. You usually have some questions for him, but he's made it clear that the vote associated with this is simply to accept the submitted trial balance relative to what has been presented to you. Thank you.
I need a motion, Commissioners. It's in the amount of $129,804,993.45. As
Right,
of,
I'd move the acceptance of the trial balance dated 9/30/22 in the amount of $129,804,993.45. So moved.
I'll second the motion, and thank you, Joe Diorio.
motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
it is a vote. Number 16. In your packet is a letter from Peter and Maria Megdal of 62 Old River Place in Dedham for use of the county lot at 649 High Street, Dedham, on December 15th.
I believe it's in the evening.
Some function at their party at their house.
Correct.
And those folks are down at the end of the street. I think, and Patrick's here to correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't we just do some work and it's right at their house as I walked
Right,
over?
right.
Okay. Any questions?
Through
About-
Mr. Chair,
ahead.
Patrick has offered to dress up as Santa Claus for them at their party.
Okay.
Patrick denies that, Bill.
Any
I was on the
questions?
impression.
about-
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, not to be a Grinch. I'm just trying to sort this out here. I got this probably late. This is a private party, private neighbors looking to use our lot. Am I right? For parking?
Correct.
For parking? All right, so I know when other people use the lot, we always check with the registry of deeds. And secondly, we have them assure us there's some kind of an insurance. Do we have any kind of assurance from these people? These are just private people that use a lot. But, what if something falls or slips or gets hurt, are we liable? Just asking.
Commissioner Stady, yes, we do have them produce an insurance binder, and it's after hours. It is in the evening and will not affect business in the registry.
Okay, great. Okay, no problem then. Just checking.
Of course, we're gonna check with the register too. It's Thursday, December 15th, beginning at 6:30 PM. This is overflow, and I mean, I venture to guess there's probably been parties in that neighborhood and people have used it without ever asking, but it's good that they ask. We have a relationship with them anyway because we did that engineering work on their property, and I think everything went well.
Do you want a motion, John? I'll make the motion.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
All right.
I,
We'll have Bill Buckley contact them and the register. Next. 1617.
From Santa Claus.
No, not Santa Claus. He already told us that.
I just mentioned that Patrick is, our engineer is here. Number 17, Massachusetts Department of Transportation Highway Division, Right-of-Way Bureau, requests the county commissioners to take a vote to authorize the chairman to sign the included attestation page and to acknowledge receipt of and certify the filing of said Mass DOT order of taking, notifications, and written instruments in the Norfolk County Clerk's Office. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in various communities. I can read them all if you want, or we can defer to our engineer, and I'm sure he's read them all. What, do you want me to read them all, or do you want to just ask Patrick how we're doing here? This is pretty straightforward stuff.
Let's just ask Patrick.
All right. Patrick, give us an explanation of this, the best.
These orders of takings occurred on October 19th. They were, and as part of the progression is that the state is required to file them in the county commissioner's records. And then you're going to sign and that they've been received and filed, that we've already recorded them into the county commissioner's records books. And you're just going to sign the signature page back and that we received them. It's a confirmation of receipt and filing as required by law.
Okay, and they are in order. Everything is,
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's your recommendation that we approve this?
Yes, yeah, it's
All right, I'll make that motion.
okay.
a request that you do.
Motion made. Do we have a second?
second,
By way of discussion, this projects are in Braintree, Dedham, Milton, Randolph, Quincy, and Weymouth. Motion made and seconded to accept and acknowledge receipt of this order of taking and written instruments filed in Norfolk County Clerk's records. All in favor?
I,
It is a vote. Number 18, request for the Norfolk County Commissioners to take a vote to sign a limited assent for land court case number 1191-17 of 2022, which depicts the 1945 Norfolk County layout of East Foxborough Street in the town of Sharon. Request was submitted by the town of Sharon Administrator Frederick Trickleton Jr. and Congregation Adeth Sharon, President Richard Kramer. Patrick, what is the explanation on this one?
So this is a land court case that hasn't been opened since we did, the county did a taking in 1945. It's the first time that the case has been opened, and they're realigning the private property that's depicted on the land court case to be in alignment with the county layout and honoring the taking that occurred in 1945. And this is happening because the congregation is donating or a land swap with the town of Sharon in order to, this is going to be a new green space property, I believe, or conservation land, and it's going to allow the town to move forward with work that they're going to be doing at the fire station, I believe.
Okay,
So
the
it's-
new fire
Yep,
station.
so we worked with the town and the congregation's consulting land surveyor. And it was two county layouts involved, East Foxborough Street and Beach Street. And we reviewed everything that was submitted to the land court. And then we made adjustments with their consultant. There was a plan, it was formerly 1191-16. And they made updates and changes, and now the land court is authorized a new number because there are enough changes, and everybody's in sync at this point as far as the county
Okay.
layouts and the land court.
And you've
And it's your recommendation that we take the vote to
Yes.
sign the limited assent?
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
All right,
Motion
I'll second that.
Second, any discussion relative to sign a limited assent for land court case plan number 1191-17 of 2022 with the town of Sharon and Congregation out of Sharon. All in favor?
All right,
Patrick,
Well,
thank
we
you
have
for your
Patrick
guidance.
captured. Do we have any other questions for Patrick today? Okay, Patrick, have a nice Thanksgiving.
all right.
Have a nice Thanksgiving, commissioners. I will not be Santa at the party, but I do believe in Santa. In the spirit of
All right.
God. I put that on the record. I think it's
There
okay.
you go.
Number 19,
Did Joe sign them?
No, okay,
Okay.
come back then. Thank you.
request to declare small business Saturday within Norfolk County on Saturday, November 26, 2022. This comes from the Women Impacting Public Policy, WIPP, and the Small Business Saturday Coalition. And there's a letter in your file explaining this cause. And they're looking for the commissioners to declare this Saturday, November 26, 2022, Small Business Saturday.
Through you, Mr. Chair, the commission acted upon this last year as well, working with not only the Small Business Roundtable and the Women Supporting Small Business Group, but a number of other local communities like and their chambers of commerce, like the Neponset Valley Chambers of Commerce for the center of Norfolk County, to declare and promote shopping small this holiday season, generally, obviously, the Saturday after Thanksgiving is a big shopping day. There's a lot of wonderful small businesses within Norfolk County, too many to name here. But it's just a good thing to do and show support for our partners in the small business community.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
quick question for you to John Cronin. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of the interview with that business magazine, along with John and John Martin, and I think I understand you were as well.
I
Could
did.
this proclamation, seems like it's pro-business for the economy, could this be made known to our person, like again, another sign of how the county commissioners are promoting business?
Sure.
Shouldn't we do this?
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
Okay. I mean, you know, I did,
Pending the vote, we're gonna get this out of here this afternoon, so I'll stamp it.
okay. I'll move the declaration that the county commissioners collectively declare Small Business Saturday within the county in accordance with the statistics and in accordance with the theme and the presentation prepared for us to this day. We'll prepare it Small Business Saturday, the Saturday after Thanksgiving in Norfolk County.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request and endorse this Saturday, November 26, 2022, as Small Business Saturday in Norfolk County to help local businesses. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Number 20, report of the county director.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A few very brief items to alert Norfolk County employees. You'll be hearing from the Human Resources Department by early December with a first draft of use-lose time. As the commissioners may know, they tackled this policy this past spring. And the report of use-lose is beneficial to the users and employees of the county when they receive it early, so they can make appropriate plans based on their available balances. Michelle will get that out in early December and then send out a follow-up one after the new year so that they understand where things are, so that they can appropriately plan their use-lose time. Let's see. I received a message from Carl Foley today, and I'd like to thank our facilities department for all the work they did to secure a new lighting fixture across the street in the public parking lot. I'll briefly read Ms. Foley's message. She would like to thank whoever is responsible for the new lighting in the parking lot. It's very well lighted. Things get noisy. She's always concerned as a homeowner. And now she said she can see if there's anything wrong. It is greatly appreciated when areas are not well lit. It can be a place for bad things to happen. So often she checks on things. And now the insurance company is very well lit. And I think it discourages any negative activity. She appreciates your approval of this and wish everyone a very happy Thanksgiving. from our good friend Carla Foley. As Commissioner Stady just indicated, we have been contacted by a company called Business View, who are interested in working with the county, as they have with several communities across Massachusetts, to produce a 7 to 8 page layout of economic activity and promoting all the good things that Norfolk County is doing. Yesterday, Commissioner Stady, along with Superintendent John Martin, and I participated in the first interview. A couple of hours later, Commissioner Shea joined us. They had a very robust 30-minute interview discussing all the highlights relative to the ARPA awards, the good work of the Aggie, highlights within the communities that do so much economic, who oversee a whole lot of economic activity, as well as features involving higher education. It was very well done. I'm expecting a nice product to be delivered to you in a draft form early January. This publication is sent out nationally. Incidentally, as a footnote, when I was talking to Tom O'Brien, I told him about it. He said, send the information along. He's going to copy me on that one too. So I think Plymouth will be looking to do a similar promotion of county activities. So there's that. I'd like to also take the opportunity today. I know many of you met our new Chief Information Officer, Sam Evans, last week. This past Monday, we also had two other key staff start here at Norfolk County, Ms. Tony Akins and Mr. Dallas Spray. With us today is Tony Akins, the new fiscal specialist, reporting to Nancy, and also joining us by Zoom in the back. We just waved Dallas, joining Dan Caparata.
Hi.
Thought it'd take a few minutes to introduce both of them to the commissioners so that they could say hello and you could ask any questions or say hello yourselves. I know you like to meet the new hires when they come in. Here they are.
Welcome.
Well, thank you.
Commissioner Stady?
No, I think it's great. Welcome aboard. Great to see you and look forward to seeing you in person soon. Great job.
Pleasure.
Next week. Commissioner Collins.
We're excited to have you all here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dallas, thanks so much. Dallas will be sitting over at the registry full-time with Dan Caparata, who you all know quite well. Tony will be residing here at the commissioner's office working with Nancy. Do you want to say hello or anything?
Hello, everybody. It's great to be here. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Yep, Tony's a resident of Providence, comes up
Yes.
every day.
Yes,
Previously
Providence, Rhode
worked-
Island.
Originally a
beautiful city.
Bostonian.
I love driving, so.
But you were born in Boston. What happened to your accent?
Well, that's a long story. That's a long story, John, but
And Dallas, you live locally as well?
I live in Raynham.
Okay, that's close,
All
right?
right, and Dallas is the new network administrator brought on to support the work that Dan Caparata and his team, along with Hakeem, are producing for Norfolk County under the consolidated technology model. So
Yeah.
thanks very much for joining us. I just want to bring them to you today.
Dan, I don't know if you were on earlier, but we voted on the title change when you went back to IT technical support from interim chief information officer. And we all wanted to thank you for the hard work that you did. It was invaluable. So thank you from all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's correct. Thank you, Dan.
That is all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Okay. I've got three more items under number 21, items the chair did not reasonably anticipate would be discussed. In your packet, you have a letter from AmeriCorps Office Regional Operation that Robert has forwarded to us. We work with AmeriCorps, and you can ask Robert if you have any questions. Also, is November, December 2022 newsletter is attached. And how many newsletters do we send out, Robert?
Robert's on the line. Christopher is.
Oh, he
Oh,
was,
is Chris there? I'm sorry.
he was before.
Hey, Chris.
Yes, we send out like 400 newsletters plus electronic mail as well.
Okay, so December being the month to we have a holiday drive for active duty military people. Last year, you could hardly move in this office because Robert collected so much stuff that it was really heartening to see it, and how he gets rid of it and how he and Chris gets it all moved, I don't know, but they're embarking on it again, and we'll hopefully fill these cubicles up here with anybody, any employees or anyone out there that wants to participate. This is our third holiday drive for active duty military between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day. Drop off personal items from the wish list. Items like deodorant, eye drops, mouthwash, toothpaste, toothbrush, candy, batteries. There's a list of 50 or 60 items that get distributed to our active duty military. I'm sure this is part of a bigger consortium, and we're happy to be involved in seems like yesterday that it started, and it's already in its third year, so
Commissioners,
a shout out there. Go ahead.
Shay, the receptacle for the receipt of any donations is right out here near this, the stairwell as it is every year.
So anyone can drop them off here.
Yep, and we'll post that information that you just read on the county website so people can see it for themselves and know what they can contribute.
Okay. Also, and I guess that's it. I have two communications that were hand delivered here. One.
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Okay. That's it for me. Commissioners, do you have anything else?
Just if I could, the communication that came in late, are we gonna hopefully be responding? Because the person asked that we, reply, somebody's alluding that we're not replying back in a timely manner.
I think that's on the agenda, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so we'll take it up next week.
Okay, we'll put it on.
Next week. Okay, great. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Last call before we wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. We are.
Just, I wanted to reiterate one last thing. I had a pleasure of also meeting yesterday. It was a busy day. We had a hats off to John for coordinating that business view. I think it went very well. And it puts the county in a great position, in a great light. And also I had a great meeting with Sam, our new CIO, and very excited about having him on board. I think we're going to have some good things coming out and going forward with him as our CIO. So again, Sam, if you're there, I think you're hiding back there or you were in the area, but great to have you here. Welcome aboard. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner.
Take care, Dick. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned, and we're wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving.